Hey guys and gals, welcome to Buzzed Flicks. Today we're discussing Captain America, the First Avenger. This is about a skinny kid from the Bronx or Brooklyn or some New York place, and he goes under some medical experiment which makes him into this giant fighting machine they call Captain America. I'm Big Bud Brad.
I'm Dank. Alright, so the usual drill. We ate some PJ Butters, nice dark chocolate marijuana bars, and then we smoked a whole lot of bud in the parking lot and took our stinking asses in to see this movie. Super excited for Captain America, the First Avenger!
Number one, the setting. The World War II 1940s as a stoner, I just can't get into that setting. I'm more of a 60s, 70s type guy if we're talking period pieces. You know, the 60s and 70s when they did drugs.
That was penicillin.
This movie, not as cool as you would think and trippy and visual. This movie is an action movie, but it drags ass a couple of times. But what can I say? Agent Smith as Red Skull, yeah! He was fucking awesome. Agent Smith, he could play a bottle cap and he could act the shit out of that shit.
I like him in V for Vendetta.
But Hugo Weaving, goddamn Agent Smith, knows how to...
The Elf King.
The Elf King. That's right. Red Skull is my favorite comic book villain ever. Ever! But his lair is so lame. And it's like they recycled Dr. Evil's lair.
It just took too long to get going, and after about an hour I've lost my buzz, and it's just, the acting was just, the guy who played Captain America, the Human Torch, is just a terrible person, and I usually, it doesn't matter, not a person actor. I'm sure he's a great person. If you can't act that good, how can you be that good of a person?
There are men laying down their lives. I got no right to do any less than them.
This movie is not the most visually stimulating superhero movie that I've ever seen. However, you're gonna want to see it in the theater because of the Avengers factor. You don't want to hear about this movie secondhand.
On a side note, I would like to express my hatred for reserved seating in movie theaters. I went and saw this at one of those fancy movie theaters where you have to have reserved seats, so I can't move. They sat me next to somebody with a nub. He had only had one arm. I've got nothing against him. It's just I was really baked, and the whole beginning of the movie, all I could think about was, what if his nub touches me? We're sharing an armrest. I don't want to get touched by this nub.
Why would he need an armrest?
As a stoner, I recommend that you see this movie in a place that does not have reserved seating, just in case something like that happens. It is very distracting for these movies.
It's a nub rest.
I mean, usually if I'm sitting next to somebody with a nub, I'll get up and I'll move if I need to. But here, I couldn't do that because of that damn reserved seating. Stoners and reserved seatings do not mix. Or mix. So I'm gonna have to give this movie a cashed bowl. I enjoyed it somewhat. It just took too long to get going. I'd lost my buzz by that point.
You're late.
Nobody's perfect.
I'm gonna give this movie a fat bowl. Not a big fat bowl, but it's definitely a green bowl that will get you high.
You just don't know when to give up. I could do this all day.
So I recommend you wait till DVD, rent it, do something for the first hour, clean the house, make a snack, and then get into it after that second hour.
Stoners don't clean.